Well, Carrie, we are about to start season 3 of our podcast. When we started this whole thing, did you ever imagine we would come this far?
No, you said we didn't have to do anymore.
We talked about this and we are.
Oh, right. Let's get started.
Good job. Welcome to Mom's Wooden Spoon, where the recipes are retro and so are your hosts.
You can say that again.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. We're about to make some cake, and I don't think we'll like it. Oh my gosh, ridiculous. So today's recipe comes from our 1978 church cookbook, the yellow version.
Ooh, we have a yellow, followed in the later years by a blue.
Yes, we do.
And the yellow is my favorite.
It has such amazing recipes, including this one, very descriptively called sauerkraut cake.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
What about sauerkraut leaves one thinking, ooh, let's make this into a sweet treat?
I know, right? So I looked it up.
Yeah.
I was like, where on earth did this come from? Mm-hmm. And I found something online that they say may or may not be true.
Lies.
Total lies.
Full of lies.
But apparently in 1962, there was an over surplus of sauerkraut being given out by the government to schools.
Shut your face.
I know, right? So they asked lunch ladies to try to figure out ways to use up sauerkraut.
I believe it. Because lunch ladies are amazing at reusing used food.
They totally are. They make amazing stuff out of leftovers.
Yes. I mean, if pizza day was not Friday Square Pizza,
right?
It was like the day before was take everything else that you'd had that week in a meatloaf or whatever they made it. And it was always like your favorite day at school as a kid.
They're amazing.
It was delicious.
School lunch ladies are amazing.
Yes.
But to think about sauerkraut and go, oh my, I know how to use it up. I'll put it in a baked good.
Right.
A sweet baked good.
Yeah. Okay, so slightly off, but still in the same vein.
Yeah.
I think frequently of our forefathers and mothers, let's not be sexist, our forebearers.
There you go.
And somebody dug a truffle out of the ground and looked at this brain-looking dirty thing and thought, I want to take a bite of that.
Put that in my mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think frequently, why?
Yeah. Why?
Did they just go around putting everything in their mouth and be like, oh, Steve died on that one. Don't eat that again. I don't know. I find it fascinating, but maybe that's just what we do.
That's just what we do. Put sauerkraut and cake and eat a truffle.
Put crap in Jell-O.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
So weird. And on top of making delicious, delicious sauerkraut cake, what was so weird is it did not come with a frosting recipe.
You're right.
So we looked up the only frosting recipe in the entire 1978 church cookbook.
And let me guess, it was sauerkraut frosting.
You got it. Just kidding. It was chocolate marshmallow frosting on a sauerkraut cake. No, I think the original sauerkraut cake, if this whole urban legend is true about the lunch lady, it was a mocha whipped cream, apparently, that she put on it.
Okay.
Which sounds okay.
Sounds fine. But,
yeah.
I mean, that's no marshmallow frosting.
I know, right?
Okay, I will say I love marshmallow frosting.
Oh, I've never tried it.
So, yep, I've made one before, all because, shameless plug here for crumble cookies.
Oh.
They are, if you don't have one near you and you have not yet learned the pleasure that is the crumble cookie, they're gigantic, and each week they have new flavors.
Yeah.
And one week we got some, and one of them was a Lucky Charms cookie.
Yummy.
And so it had a marshmallow frosting on it. The cookie was fine.
Yeah.
The frosting was amazing.
Well, maybe this will make the whole sauerkraut cake thing be amazing. The frosting will save it.
I think, and if I recall, there is cocoa powder in the cake, right?
Yeah, the cake is a chocolate cake. I did a little research on sauerkraut cake. Obviously, I found the lunch lady's story. They say it kind of has a mouthfeel of as if you put coconut in the cake.
Okay. I mean, So we've learned in the past that beets chopped up really finely in a cake have the mouthfeel of like a raisin.
Yeah.
And so apparently sauerkraut, mouthfeel of
coconut. So I did get some coconut and thought maybe we could sprinkle it over a portion of the cake to see if that makes it even better, like on top of the frosting.
Oh, that sounds good because then you're expecting the mouthfeel.
Yes, you see it on top of the cake. You are expecting it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Now, I've put zucchini in a cake before.
That's true. And in bread. And
and it's fantastic. It makes such a moist cake.
That's true. But this is cabbage.
And it's fermented.
Oh, man.
It's like pouring some vinegar.
That's true.
In your cake.
That's true.
It's like a red velvet.
It's like a red velvet cake. Oh. Well, it'll be interesting. And as I was looking it up, I found the funniest post on someone's recipe.
Okay.
So they had a sauerkraut cake recipe.
Okay.
I couldn't stop laughing, so I have to tell it to you all.
Okay.
It was by Lenny Pickett.
Oh, okay, Lenny, what you got?
And she went, "OM gosh, my mama used to make this, but she called it the Elmer Fudd Pucker cake." It continues. "It was so good. I haven't had it since I was a little girl. Thank you, hun, for sharing." Is that the best?
She totally sounds like she's from like Boston.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I couldn't read it without the Southern accent.
No.
Thank you, hun.
Elmer Fudd Pucker.
That's what we should call it. Elmer Fudd Pucker cake.
I looked for other desserts with sauerkraut, and I found something called wacky cookies.
Wacky cookies with sauerkraut in it?
Yeah.
Oh,
sauerkraut cookies. So I thought, fermented things in cake. Weird. Yeah. What else can I think of that's fermented? Kimchi. And I found a kimchi cake.
No.
Oh, it's nasty.
Oh, is it?
It is like flour, sugar, kimchi.
Kimchi comes in such big pieces, first of all. Hopefully you would chop it. And it's also generally spicy.
Yeah, the cake was this funky orange. It was more like a loaf. It was nasty looking. So all I'm saying is thank you, church ladies.
That's right.
For not including the kimchi cake.
The kimchi cake, it's just sauerkraut. And apparently another name for this sauerkraut cake is don't ask cake. Because people who eat it can't guess what the secret ingredient is, and then they don't want to believe it once they found out.
Who would want to? You want coconut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to
just pretend it's coconut.
That's right. So in the cake recipe, it calls for butter, sugar, eggs, vanilla, and then a half of a cup of unsweetened cocoa.
Okay.
And then flour and all the other stuff. A little bit of water. And then rinse, drained, and chopped sauerkraut. And it's only 2/3 of a cup in the whole cake.
Okay.
So,
and the chopped is good. Nobody wants a big giant string of cabbage.
Oh my gosh, no way. And I rinsed it and I drained it. And so now all we have to do is chop it.
We're rinsing off, I would imagine, then part of that fermentation flavor by getting rid of, the juices that it's sitting in. So,
hopefully. But, as I was putting it in the little container after I rinsed it, it still smelled.
Oh, I'm sure, because it's soaked on up into those cabbage cells.
It is soaked up on in there, but I don't think that that's the first thing we need to do. I think we need to cream the butter with the sugar.
Okay.
And we'll move from there. We're going to blend in the eggs and the vanilla. And maybe, do you want to get started with the sifting the dry ingredients together?
I'm an excellent sifter.
I have my little sifter machine here. We'll have to pause it.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this.
I mean, that sounds like fancy.
You guys are going to love hearing that.
I mean, that's not going to grate on anyone's nerves, Kristen. Not at all.
I never grate on anybody's nerves. And I will start measuring out the sugar. 1.5 cups of sugar. That's a lot.
We're making 2 layers.
That's true.
That's not too bad. And
yes,
I looked up cake fails and how to avoid them. And one of the cake fails that I saw was if you don't cream the butter and sugar well enough.
I had heard that you really have to keep the beaters going for a much longer time than you ever think.
Yes. So according to what I read, it said you should whip it on high for roughly 3 to 5 minutes.
What?
Yeah. I mean, typically you just stick it in there. It looks blended off.
It looks creamy. You're done.
Yeah.
This is going to be the never-ending podcast.
Right. Because we're just going to spend all of our time whipping
the butter.
Yeah. And sugar.
It
should be pale and fluffy. Oh my gosh. It's going to be just like me.
Pale and fluffy.
Oh, terrible. I'm just kind of sweet.
Oh, you are sweet.
Greasy.
Oh, little greasy.
Oh,
You're funny.
I really feel like I bonded with this creamed butter and sugar.
Oh, Carrie. Okay, so I have the 1/2 cup in. I must tell you that I found an article that was called 25 Delicious Uses for Leftover Sauerkraut.
Okay, before you do that,
Yeah.
because we do like to talk about throwback things, you said I must.
Yeah.
And what came into my head is we must increase our bust. It doesn't work.
It does not work.
Because in addition to being so pale and fluffy, I'm also flat. So I did a lot of those. Okay, so I digress.
You did. Oh, into naughty territory. Okay, so 25 delicious uses for leftover sauerkraut, Carrie.
Okay.
And I chose the top 5.
Just the top. Now,
Yes.
Kristen, be honest.
Yes.
Did you hand pick your top 5? Or is this actually the list's top 5?
No. It is my top 5 out of the 25. And I want you to choose which one would be your favorite and then which one would gross you out the most. Okay? Are you ready?
Okay.
And then I'm going to tell you what it is, and then I'm going to give you their little description because I don't know who wrote this, but they cuckoo.
Okay.
So here we go. Number 1, and these are in no specific order. I didn't go from what I thought was least gross to most gross. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Number 1, pizza.
Sauerkraut pizza?
Sauerkraut on pizza for leftover sauerkraut. Use that up because we have a lot of leftover sauerkraut. Yeah. Would you put it on pizza? Now, here's what they say. Pizza is one of those dishes that invites any and all to the party. Plop some kraut on the top and you're good to go.
How are you? Soggy.
Oh.
Okay.
Right. So pizza.
Yum.
Okay, number 2. Avocado toast. And this is what it says. Whole grain bread, sliced avocado, and sauerkraut could become your new favorite.
Oh, could it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Okay, number 3.
I mean, mild flavors, and then
let's add sauerkraut to it. Oh, yeah, yum. Oh, terrible. Okay. Sushi is number 3.
Come on.
Looking for a unique accompaniment to sushi? Try kraut instead of traditional pickled ginger. Pickled ginger is to cleanse your palate. What about sauerkraut is cleansing your palate?
Oh, okay. Huh.
Oh, boy.
So far, I don't eat sushi, so that sounds awesome.
The best.
Someone else is going to have to do it when...
That's right. Yeah. Okay. The next one, number 4, 2 more to go, Carrie.
Okay.
You thinking about which one is your least favorite and most favorite?
Yeah.
All right. Number 4, breakfast burrito.
Everything seems so soggy.
Yes. But it says instead of salsa, add zippy sauerkraut to your next breakfast burrito of eggs, cheese, and sausage.
What?
Yeah, instead of salsa.
No, it's totally not zippy the same.
No, it's not zippy the same at all. Not.
I mean, quite frankly, that would make more sense with the kimchi because at least it would have
a bite.
Spice. Not a pickle, but of spice.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And the last one, I think it just might be my favorite.
Okay.
Smoothies.
Okay.
Now, here's what it says.
Yeah.
We're serious.
So serious.
Add a couple of tablespoons to your next fruit smoothie for an incredible lift of flavor.
Okay, that's going to be my favorite.
What?
If I can hide kale.
Oh, right.
In a smoothie and not taste it, as long as I can grind that sauerkraut down, then I think that you could hide sauerkraut in there.
Wow.
I'm thinking you could overpower it with yummy. I mean, kale's a pretty strong,
you're right,
offensive flavor. You drink one of those and you don't know it's in there at all.
You're right.
And it wouldn't make it soggy.
Oh, because it's already juicy. Clever. I was thinking that was the grossest one, but I think you're right because it would hide it.
I think you could hide it the best as long as there's no lumps. I mean, if you got a lump of cabbage stuck in your tooth, that would be
awful. Then what would be your least favorite? Probably the pizza or avocado toast?
I'm thinking avocado toast. The avocado toast or the breakfast burrito.
Yes.
Ooh, that's just...
Yeah. Okay, let's dump this butter in here so I can get to creaming because we have to cream that sucker for 5 minutes, Carrie.
3 to 5, Kristen. 3 to 5.
3 to 5. Okay, I'm going to go cream this and we'll be back in 3 to 5 minutes. All right. Did you guys miss us for that 5 minutes we've been gone?
All right. So forget Kristen's question. I have something important to share.
Okay.
So as we know, I compared myself to the creaming of the butter and sugar. Mm-hmm. And Kristen just says, I've creamed the butter and sugar. It's pale and crusty. Crusty, people. Crusty.
Like Carrie, pale and crusty. Carrie, I've been meaning to tell you this for a long time. Lotion. Lotion is a girl's friend.
I'm done, people. 2 seasons is it? She done ticked me off. I'm out. Crusty.
Crusty the clown. That's you.
It was hurtful. She's hurtful.
It was.
Carrie's not crusty. She's a delight.
She's delightful and so creamy.
Well, pale. She's pale.
That's really inappropriate, man.
Oh my gosh, she's rude and inappropriate.
I've missed this podcast a lot.
I have not.
Okay, so we have pale and crusty butter and sugar, and now we're going to have to beat in the eggs and vanilla. But before that, Carrie was very adamant when we were off, I want to say off camera, off recording, that we need to do the dry ingredients first. So we're going to let her do that. I'll help.
I have no words. No words.
All right, you do the cocoa. Here we go.
The anger is welling up inside me.
Come on, Krusty, give it up. Oh, I need Carrie. Here's the half cup.
When does it end? When?
Oh, Carrie's getting cocoa powder everywhere. That's going to make you look even crustier.
All right, so I did the cocoa powder.
And now we need a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of the salt.
Okay, you do that, and I have a story about sauerkraut things. I mean, Reuben, acceptable.
Ooh, yeah.
I did not expect to see some lady on Reddit say that sauerkraut and caramel is excellent.
No.
Yeah.
Come on, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, okay, so first off, on what? Is that an ice cream topping? Like...
Mom, will you make the caramel that has the sauerkraut in it? My ice cream's bland.
What? I don't know. Do you just take a bowl of sauerkraut, add a little caramel, and eat that up?
Gosh. I don't know. I mean, we have German heritage, and we have not once done that.
Yeah, I don't know where the lady was from. She was just on Reddit. She was from the interwebs.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. Another one that I thought was a little sketch. Deep fried sauerkraut balls.
Oh,
they do recommend that you serve it with grainy mustard. I was like, oh, sealed it.
Oh, Carrie's favorite.
Yes.
Sour and also sour.
And mustard.
Mustardy.
Yum.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they do say deep fry anything, it tastes better.
That's true.
So
That's
maybe.
True. Maybe by the end of this recipe, we will be sitting down to a delicious sauerkraut smoothie and some sauerkraut bowls.
Oh my gosh. 1960s lunch ladies would have loved us.
Oh my gosh. Yes, they would have. Too bad smoothies weren't a big thing back then.
No, they weren't.
No.
Okay, so we've got our dry ingredients.
We do. So now it's time for me to add the eggs and the vanilla and then start adding the dry ingredients to it. So we need to go away for a while.
For quite a while. Yeah. I'm going to go sit down and cry.
Yeah.
And be crusty and put lotion on.
Wait, here's the lotion, Carrie. Yeah. You take it.
Such a jerk.
And there's that extra butter that's super soft. That would make your skin nice and shiny.
Just delicious. Yeah. So I'm going to be lotioning and Kristen's going to be blending.
All right. We'll talk to you in a few. Oh my gosh, this batter is silky smooth.
It looks beautiful.
And we're going to add sauerkraut to it.
I know. It's kind of a shame.
It is.
Kristen turned out the sauerkraut container. She's over there making faces. Oh, nope, just got to me.
This is rinsed and dried, and it is pungent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe you couldn't hide that in a smoothie.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Gosh.
Okay, I'm chopping it as finely as I possibly can.
That is super smelly.
So I was thinking about the year that this recipe came out, 1978. Well, probably originally came out in 62, thanks to Lunch Lady.
Well, right.
I like to look up some things from the time period in which the recipe came out.
You always do.
I do enjoy that. Yes. So this is in a list of 30 big things that happened in 1978.
Okay.
Do you want to know one of the big things that happened?
No.
Okay. I'm going to keep chopping. Jerk.
I can't believe she actually took my no as an answer.
I know.
Sure, she'd be like, nah.
I'm telling.
Krusty.
Come on, Crust. There it is. This is one of the big things that happened. Elton John introduced his shocking new no glasses look.
What?
That was the 30 big news items from 1978.
Did he have 1978 LASIK? Are you telling me the glasses were a fake?
Oh, maybe.
Is nothing real anymore?
But it gets even better. What? I found a picture of him in 1978 on the cover of People magazine, and here's what the title reads. The new Elton John. He's given up touring and those nutty glasses, but not lasses.
Come on.
He was not out of the closet yet, apparently.
Nothing is real.
Seriously.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
I like it.
Oh, gosh. All right.
It's pretty stank up in here.
It is. Yeah.
Kristen, you have so not even.
So not even. I'm going to have to
I'm taking a picture. I'm taking a picture of Kristen.
No, I'm scooping.
Oh my gosh. If anybody's crusty, it's Kristen.
You should have done it, Krusty. She's standing here talking.
I am, because I'm the fun one.
She's the fun one. She is the fun one, but guess what I do? Edit out all of her funny stuff. You guys think she's not fun. It's my fault.
There's a reason that I get all the hate mail.
That's right.
Oh,
it's all my fault.
Kristen, you're diabolical.
I am. What I think we ought to do is let's both take a cake and take a deep whiff and see if we smell the sauerkraut in the batter. You ready? Pick it up. 1, 2, 3.
No.
No, you don't smell the sauerkraut at all in the chocolate batter.
It smells like delicious batter. Ooh, I know what we should do.
What?
You get a spoon and take a bite.
No. No.
Man, it's disappointing.
It is.
Very disappointed.
All right. Well, we are going to pop these in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes.
And then we're going to take them out, let them cool.
Yep.
And during that time, we'll whip up some chocolate mallow frosting.
Ooh la la.
Ooh, and then get our cakes all frosted.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I have no idea how much frosting this is going to make.
Me either.
I say, let's double that bad boy.
I wrote on the recipe, I wrote double, ?
You did.
Because it only calls for 6 marshmallows.
Oh, geez. 2 9-inch cakes. We want it to go in between the layers. Right. We want to go around I'm thinking triple.
Wait, triple? What?
I mean, we need to cover those cakes' crusty edges.
All right. Well, we'll discuss the triple or the double when we return.
It will be triple. Krusty will win. So the cake is out of the oven, Kristen.
Oh, yeah. The air smells wonderful.
It does. It smells chocolatey and delicious. Mm-hmm. We got the cakes turned out of their pans.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how sometimes there's like a little bit of cake left in the bottom of the pan?
Yeah.
So I scooped up that tiny layer of cake and I popped it in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It's nasty.
It tastes like sauerkraut.
When you dumped that sauerkraut container out and you made the face, and I was going to say, and I didn't, it looked like a dog fart face. And much like a dog fart, like I was totally fine. And then it eventually got its way over to me. And then I too made the face. It tastes like that smell.
Yes.
It tastes like stinky feet.
Oh my gosh.
You're going first. That's all I got to say.
That's true. Well, let's get this wonderful marshmallow chocolate frosting made. Maybe it'll help hide the flavor.
Oh, fingers crossed.
Yes.
So we did debate if we should double or triple. And if we were making this cake and we thought it was going to taste good,
yeah,
I would absolutely say triple.
Yeah.
But I truly feel like this is going in the trash.
I think so too. So why waste delicious ingredients?
Yeah.
Like the marshmallows. Carrie has her pile of marshmallows, and then we have the pile that goes in the frosting.
We do. So we're just going to double it. It only calls for 6 marshmallows. I've got 12 set out for the frosting, and I have 6 set out for the Carrie.
And you know, as I was looking up how much baker's chocolate to buy, I realized we screwed up the beef brownies of recipes past.
Yeah, but did we screw up the beef brownies?
But we did. I mean, were they ever going to taste good? No. But the baker's chocolate called for 1 square of baker's chocolate. Right. We were like, what is that?
Yeah.
Well, I finally found an article online that said they have actually halved the baker's chocolate bars. They used to be 8 ounces. Now they're only 4 ounces. So we have figured out, I think,
that we need half a bar.
Half a bar to make double the recipe.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And so the first thing we're going to do is melt the chocolate. Kristen is headed over, and I am going to sample a marshmallow.
Is it delicious?
It's a little crusty.
I see what you did there. Do you remember the games we would play as kids called Pudgy Bunny?
Yes.
You have to stick marshmallows in your cheeks, and how did that go? You'd have to say Pudgy Bunny.
That's it.
That's it?
You'd stick a marshmallow in your mouth, say Pudgy Bunny, and then around the table it goes. And in the meantime, you've got to hold all the marshmallows in your mouth.
Oh.
Until you've got like 20 marshmallows shoved in your mouth.
And then you have like syrupy juice dripping down your
marshmallow foam juice. Yeah. Oh, it's pretty nasty. I was in high school and I was part of a Pudgy Bunny contest. An epic number of marshmallows were had that evening.
Oh my goodness. Carrie, this looks like it's hot chocolate. It looks like there's way too much milk. It called for 1/3 cup of milk. And that's what I put in.
Right.
6 marshmallows. Come look at this. This looks just like hot cocoa. Maybe, the marshmallows aren't all melted yet. Maybe it'll thicken.
Oh, it is. Liquid.
Pure liquid.
Yeah.
There are no instructions.
No.
You basically melt the chocolate and throw everything in. I started with the marshmallows.
And then it says beat to spreading consistency. So I think as soon as those marshmallows are melted,
yes,
it's going to have to go off the heat.
Okay. And so I guess when it's cooled, it'll turn into a frosting?
I don't know. I've never made them.
So this basically looks like ganache. Are we going to have to put it in a bowl and beat it with beaters?
I'm thinking that that's what we're going to have to do. But it's going to have to cool down some, I think.
Wow. Hopefully it'll fluff up.
It is not much.
Yeah, because doubling it doesn't look like a lot. We may be getting 1 piece and just frosting 1 piece. I go back to the same thing I've said a million times before. I think cooks just knew. Home cooks just knew what to do.
Either that or they were just used to living in a state of cook confusion.
I guess, because it is so weird to me that they did not provide a frosting recipe with the cake.
Right. Just you're on your own, people.
And then the frosting recipe is kind of on your own.
Yeah. Melt this stuff, beat to spreading consistency.
That don't make no dang sense to me. Yeah.
No, well, we're confused the vast majority of the time. and in case you're thinking that we just put on this act for the podcast, we go through life like this.
We do. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, so while we let that cool a little bit, we'll probably have to say goodbye for a little while because I think it's going to take a long time for that to cool.
I think a lot longer than you're going to want to listen to us jibber jabber.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to bring up some things that came out in 1978. They had some product debuts.
I think now that you're talking, this is a fabulous time for me to eat a marshmallow.
I think that's a good idea. Okay, so here were some of the things that debuted in 78. This one blew my mind.
Okay,
well, they had Burger King specialty sandwiches. And amongst the specialty sandwiches were ham and cheese burger, a roast beef burger, a long fish burger, and the original chicken sandwich.
I love the original chicken sandwich.
Me too. I dream of it fortnightly.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
They have like the new and improved?
No, give me the original every day, all day long.
Who doesn't love the naturally occurring shape.
The oblong shape of chicken.
Equally thick across the whole thing.
They are so juicy.
Oh, so.
You know they're injecting it with something totally wrong so that the juice drips down your chin when you eat it. But it is so good.
Oh, man, I know what I'm having for dinner tonight.
Original chicken sandwich.
Love
Came out in 78.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's surprising to me.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
You didn't think they could make good things in
No, I did not. I mean, seriously, they came up with a ham and cheese burger. What's that? Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the other things that they had that came out in 78, I don't know if you remember this, it was called 2,000 Flushes.
Oh my gosh. I wanted us to have those so bad.
Me too. So it's a little tub.
Yes.
And you put it in your toilet tank, and then the blue bleachy stuff comes out into the tank.
I wanted our toilets to be the beautiful crystal blue of the most perfect ocean in the world.
How gorgeous.
Yes.
But no, we never had it.
Ours were clear.
I know, right?
And not dirty because of us.
Because we cleaned them so well.
Man.
I know. Yeah. Well, before we go, I did want to mention that the most popular TV show in 1978.
Oh, okay. Mork and Mindy.
Great guess.
Thank you.
No. It was Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, I love Laverne and Shirley.
Well, you know what? I thought I did too. And I watched it recently.
What?
Yeah, I watched it recently. And you know what I figured out? Basically, the best part of it is the theme song.
I know. I remember thinking Laverne was just hilarious.
Yeah.
With her Coke and milk or Pepsi and milk. And Shirley was just the prettiest little girl in the world.
It was just so much slapstick comedy throughout the whole thing. I guess just my adult tastes don't find it very amusing. But boy, do I love the theme song. We're gonna do it. Give us any chance, we'll take it. You're not going to join in, huh?
Welcome to the 3rd season of Mom's Wooden Spoon and Kristen singing.
Yes, while Carrie's mouth is so full of marshmallows, she cannot join in.
Or help. Well, nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. Hey, we'll be right back.
We are back. What a mess.
This is going to go down in history as one of our biggest epic fails.
Oh, so epic.
No kidding.
Okay, so the cake we think is going to taste like dirty feet.
Yeah.
And then we made the, I loosely call it frosting.
Yeah.
And looking back at the recipe, why did we not see this coming?
That's right.
So the recipe includes, we're going to melt chocolate, milk, a lot of milk, 6 marshmallows, and vanilla.
Yeah.
And then you beat it to a spreadable consistency. I ask you how.
I don't know. I thought for sure air would get whipped into it and it would thicken up like whipped cream, but it didn't.
No, I mean, maybe you needed to cook all the liquid out. Maybe. No, didn't say that.
No.
So we have added a boatload of powdered sugar and a little butter because the internet only had chocolate marshmallow buttercream frostings.
Yeah.
So anyway, we now have a liquid mass of runny chocolate topping.
It just wouldn't thicken up. It is the consistency of the cake batter.
Yeah, it's probably runnier.
Yeah.
Than the consistency. And so we are not going to do a layer cake. We are going to do 1 layer of dirty foot cake.
Yeah.
Don't put too much because it's going to run.
And we are going to drizzle the frosting.
You know, it's not running near as much as I thought it would. I thought you were going to put it on and the consistency is horrible looking.
I know. You're stop bossing me around.
Oh.
I think it's going to be okay.
I thought it was going to run all over the place. I said, because I didn't know I was being bossy.
I think it's going to be okay. I mean, we have double of what we need, but I still don't think we should put the second cake on.
Absolutely not.
Okay, it'll be easier to throw away if there's no frosting on it.
Agreed.
Do we want to sprinkle a little coconut on it, or do we want to try that after we've eaten the cake without the coconut?
Oh, no, we're not eating this twice. No. Oh, now it's so pretty.
Oh my gosh, it's
picture.
gorge with that coconut.
It's so nicely decorated.
Oh,
who wouldn't want to serve this to all their loved ones?
boy, I don't know who wouldn't.
Kristen, get us a plate so we can taste this wonder that we have made.
I can't wait. I simply cannot wait. You're going to make me go first, aren't you?
Heck yes.
Okay. Shall we just share a plate? Because I really don't need a full slice of cake.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, the cake is nice and fluffy and lovely.
I mean, somebody made this at home.
That's right.
And
Somebody
I
ate
want to
this.
share this with people I love.
Yeah. I mean, really.
It looks beautiful.
It is lovely on the side.
And
it's a nice crumb.
If you are not familiar with the concept of looks can be deceiving.
Yeah, no kidding. Right?
Here we are, people.
Oh,
okay.
Boy.
All right, Kristen.
Well, it's a very moist cake.
And let's see what you think. Does the coconut, is that really kind of the crowning glory? She's not making a face. I was expecting a face. Did all the sauerkraut's flavor go to the bottom and you just didn't get any? She didn't get the little bottom part. There's like
okay, let me try the bottom, but I taste no sauerkraut.
What? Shut up.
And the cake is extremely moist.
How do you not taste sauerkraut? I took like a nothing.
Let me take the bottom.
Okay.
Let me take the bottom.
I mean, I can see how moist the cake is.
It's delicious.
Shut your mouth.
I know, try it. The frosting is terrible.
All right, this is a big old bite. If this tastes like it and you were just teasing me to get me to put it.
I'm not one bit. If there was a buttercream frosting on it, you would never know. I don't even notice any coconutty texture. I don't notice any weird texture. It is just cake.
Wow.
I am shocked. Do you think it was psychosomatic that we tasted sauerkraut in that little bit that came off?
Absolutely not. I could taste it and smell it. Smell it. Try it.
Okay, let's smell it. It smells nothing like sauerkraut. It smells just like chocolate cake. The frosting is the epic fail. Oh,
wow. We're both taking second bites, y'all. I am speechless. We have just been talking about, you know what, let's just get this over with.
Yeah. Oh, wait. That last bite on the edge.
Okay, so I have a full edge bite.
May have had a little sauerkrauty taste. I'll be interested to see what you think.
I can't tell.
I know. Because you know there's sauerkraut in it. Are you tasting it?
The frosting is so bad that I can't tell if the yucky flavor is the frosting or the cake.
Oh, no. I just got a little piece of sauerkraut that I tasted.
Okay.
Do you want to take a bite out of the
No, it's
cake?
the cake. So I have never licked a dirty foot.
Right.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like you've been out walking, it's wet, your feet are wet, they've been closed up in a boot all day long. You get home, you peel that wet
You
sock
can just
off,
imagine what it smells like. Yeah.
and there it is. And if you were to eat that smell, yes, that is what that end of that cake tastes like.
Very, very slightly. I really think that if you did not know, you might not realize.
Something's off at that last bite.
Yeah.
It's the ends. It's only the ends.
That's right. And it was on that little outside kind of crusty layer, right, Carrie?
All right. I'm leaving, y'all. Season 3's been great.
All right. Well, anyway, Carrie, I think it's time to say smell you later.
Oh.
All right, everybody. Be sure to mark your calendars for our next episode on October 7th. We will be making a recipe that was sent to Mary in 1983 all the way from sunny Florida.
How exotic.
Ooh, I hope it's better than sauerkraut cake. Bye. Thanks for listening to Mom's Wooden Spoon. If you like what you heard, don't forget to subscribe. If you want a copy of this recipe or to see the pictures and other items from this episode, go to our website, momswoodenspoon.com. If you'd rather, check us out on Facebook or Instagram. Pick your poison. Don't say poison. We're making food. Let me get the eggs over here. And here, up in here. We'll need those.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Shake it, baby. Shake it, baby. Shake it, baby. Oh. Okay.
Okay.